screen. Hello, I am live. It is I, Becca Lori Hector, here with the very next Being Becca Live. So welcome to it, you guys. I'm here and I'm a little, like, as always, I always feel like I get caught up right before a live stream in something crazy or something important. And I'm always rushing to get here for whatever reason. So I'm sorry for my discombobulatedness. Sometimes I'm really just blah. Today I'm okay though, because yes, I'm rushing, but I had a really good session with a client just now, whom I really have a lot of respect for. And I'm in a really good mood because of it. Makes me feel incredibly good on a regular basis to work with people and see their thinking, their way of seeing the world change. It fascinates me. So yay, that's what just happened for me. And you can see the dog biscuits over there. That box is making me a crazy person in this moment. Right now, that box. See that pile of boxes? Do you guys remember? I can't believe I'm doing this. Do you guys remember when I was supposed to send all of those things back in January? There they are, right next to the dog. Those are even the intended boxes. So to those of you who were supposed to get things, I am still sorry that I am this disorganized. It is just the getting it to the post office thing that is in my way, and I just can't manage these days. Anyway, so here we are. I won't be, by the way, I learned my lesson on that one. So when I do contests, I know for myself that I have to give you guys things that I can take care of in the moment, because if I offer to mail you things, I obviously will not take care of it. And so lesson learned. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here for Being Becca Live, which is where we talk about the things in our lives that are challenging as autistic adults that are alive right now, and not when research catches up. And that's where we find ourselves today. So last week on a live stream, I shared with you guys the big news, right? I shared with you guys that Antonio and I are moving. We sold the business this week, and it is officially not ours anymore. We are officially not responsible for it anymore. And I have to tell you, you guys, I can breathe for the first time in I don't know how many months, and I have missed Antonio so much. It is so nice to have him back at home and have him around and helping there, because for a hot bit there, I forgot I was married to anybody. And so that's been really amazing to have him back and all of that stuff. And the dogs have been very happy to have him back too, because I'm a very boring dog mom. And so that's been really fun. But there's more to share, of course, right? And there's more sort of details that we need to talk about, I guess. And so let's do that, I think. And so what I want to talk to you guys about is this concept. And I don't know how long ago it was that I saw this meme, but sometimes there are memes that, because they are a visual source of information and my brain takes like pictures of visual sources in that way. I don't want to say I have a photographic memory, because I don't think that I truly do, but I have something close to a photographic memory. And so I remember, if memes are really impactful to me, I remember them in my head as a picture of the meme and what it said and all of that. And one of those memes, right, besides the one that named the course, which is the one that said about, I don't even remember how it started, but it was all about creating a life you don't need a vacation from. And that was my goal. And so what I wanted to talk to you about today is this other meme that affects the way that I function out in the world and affected this decision really directly. And it goes like this. Once you decide, the universe conspires with you to make it happen, right? And it's from the whole mindfulness manifestation area. Hi, CV. Hi, Bernard. Ugh, cat hair. It's from that whole arena of things. And the idea behind it is, right, is that once you decide to do something, and that's where your energy is focused, that the universe works with you to make that thing happen. And that is a truth that I have seen happen in my life so many times that I don't know who made that meme. If you're a person out there who made that meme, I'd love to meet you. But whoever made that meme, it's just such an impactful way to think about it. And so Antonio and I had been in this sort of wonky state for I want to say for the last 6 months, 8 months, right? And he was working over there a lot, and it takes a lot of work and energy to start a business, to be there working so that it remains profitable and you don't pay it all out to employees, all of those other things, right? And I was doing all the things that I was doing, and having my own struggles in those arenas, which one day I will share with you. And so, it was a tough, our house fell apart. It was a mess. Our laundry was like clean, but in various stacks in the laundry room. And we were just like putting things in the dryer to de-wrinkle them and take them out to wear them. And everything was just like not my way of functioning, not the way I like to live my life, but the way that someone who is headed to burnout lives their life, right? And I began to recognize that. And that awareness was really just came to a head for me the day that I had that issue. The day that, I don't know, because I assume that everyone watches everything, but a couple of weeks back, or a month or so back, I had an incident involving social constructs, right? And an incident where someone who I really thought was a friend was really being a fake friend. And that's the stuff that makes me crazy. And that happens for me at the vet's office. And it was not a happy thing. And so that day was a really visceral day for me. The way that I left, I didn't say anything or have any kind of blowout or anything like that. I just asked to leave early because we were super dead, and I left, right? But in the past, I would have made a big scene and burnt a bridge and walked out and never, whatever. I did not do that. And I just, gave my 2 weeks, whatever. And that was it. Because even though I love the work, I was already fighting so hard in there just to be there, right? Against all of the sensory, against the long day that was too much for my spoons, against, some peopling issues that were happening, stuff like that. But then it was layered with the fact that I had all these other things to be responsible for because Antonio was not home. He was doing 50 hours a week over at the food truck, at the shack, whatever. And I was responsible for going to the vet's office, for doing the research that I'm doing, for writing my book and doing all of the other CAS, this live stream, all the other stuff that I do for Autism Land, right? And having to maintain the house. Not fair. Really not fair for an autistic person, right? And so that was all kind of coming to a head at the same time that I was having the financial struggles with that stupid research, which is now semi-cleared up, okay? But I had to get mean, right? I had to be threatening and nasty and mean, and not a person who I know how to be, but not the person who I want to be most of the time, right? And so that happened. And so there was a lot of ugly energy happening. And then Antonio and I stopped being able to communicate. Very literally stopped being able to communicate, meaning we would be having conversations and sometimes even saying the same thing in different ways, but thinking we were arguing and fighting. Like we really couldn't have a clear conversation. We couldn't agree on anything. Every conversation turned into somebody misunderstanding somebody else. And that was my sign that I was at my limit. Because that is the one thing in my relationship with Antonio that I love the most, is that we communicate so easily, that it's effortless communication usually between us. And sometimes we don't even need words, right? And so this idea that we all of a sudden couldn't hear each other and couldn't communicate with each other anymore was like, no, boundary got hit smacked in the face. I was like, no, I don't want this language in my house. I don't like this energy in my house. I don't want a relationship like this. None of this is working. Something has to change. Like that. And with that, we started to think about the kinds of things that could change and what it was that we would want to change and how could we get those things to change. And what we started to realize is that who we were when we moved here, right, was one thing. Who we are after 4 years of living here is something else. Moreover, who we are after COVID up here, right? Really different people. Really changed the way he and I look at family, really changed the way he and I look at our priorities, really changed the way he and I looked at our age and our status and what we're doing, and really made me feel uncomfortable and unhappy in the systems of our country, the way it all works, of capitalism, of just systems. All of these issues came from systems that were broken down, and I don't want that anymore. If it doesn't, I stopped voting because the voting system doesn't work in my mind, and I don't participate in broken systems. And if that's the case, then I shouldn't participate in these broken systems. And so what I'm saying is that we had evolved, he and I, as human beings separately, but also as a couple, and what we want out of our getting oldness, and what we want to be doing, and what we enjoy versus what we don't enjoy, right? And what we have the energy for and what we don't have the energy for. And out of that conversation became this awareness that just because, right, here's the other one that I love, just because I can doesn't mean I should, right? Just because I can do the vet's office, do my autism work, do the book, do the research, and take care of the house doesn't mean I should be doing all of those things, right? And same for Antonio. Just because he can do 50 hours over there, and just because he can both cook and do barista, and just because he can, doesn't mean he should, nor did it mean that he really wanted to. But we had both gotten so lost in the overwhelm of all of it that we stopped asking ourselves if we wanted to be doing those things. And we just said, yeah, I can. And I can got us to a place of no communication, and frustrated with each other, and frustrated with our lives, and really wanting a vacation. Ding, ding, ding. Second buzzword for me, right? So first, Antonio and I aren't communicating, and now all I want to do is go away from my life. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, man, something's not okay, right? So we started to think about it. And as we thought about it, there are things that have changed about the way we see the world and what we want out of it. And we just decided, just because we are running a successful business here doesn't mean that we should be running a successful business here, right? And that maybe just because we can be living here doesn't mean that we should be living here, right? And all of those other things. And that's really how we got there. That's really how the decision came to be. Because I hit a point where I have evolved past the life that I have created. I have evolved past it, and I have to adjust accordingly, right? And so that's where we're at. We have now, and so, right? I'll circle back. And so once we decided that we were going to sell the business and move back closer to family and sell this house and be okay not living in Colorado and all of that stuff, right? The universe conspired with us to make it happen. Literally within a week of listing the business, we found a buyer. 2 weeks after listing the business, we have closed on it. And 3 weeks from now, we are scheduled to bring all of our belongings down the mountain into Denver to go into a pod to be kept until we know where we're going. Literally in 3 to 4 weeks since we decide, well, let's add on that. So let's say literally 6 weeks since we made the decision. We've sold the business. We're looking for RVs. In 3 weeks, we'll be packed up and have the house all cleaned out and moved out, and we'll be living in an RV so that we can drive, right, to wherever we're going to end up, which we don't even know 100% yet, which is craziness. But that's how adulting works. That's how this stuff actually works. Like, nobody tells you the stuff in between. Nobody tells you how you actually pack up your house and how it gets moved and how much money that takes and how much effort that all takes and how much paperwork is involved, and that the spoons they're displaced and all over the place, right? And our routines get all messed up, and there's so much to the moving process. There are so many moving pieces to it that it's a lot to think about, and it's super overwhelming. And so the first time that I did all this crazy overwhelming stuff and packed us up from New York and moved us out here to Colorado like crazy people, we were 2 dogs less, we were 2 outdoor cats less, and we didn't have a tortoise hatchling. So now we've got 4 dogs, 6 cats, 2 outdoor cats, 2 snakes, and a tortoise, and we all have to move across country. right? And the way that renting works is we can't just show up and we can't rent wherever we're going to end up living while we look for a house. Why? Because rentals don't let you have that many pets. And so we can't do that. So we have to live in an RV until we can find our home, right? And all of these things. And there's going to be paperwork and money and all of these choices about where you live and why you pick those places, and the things that go into making that decision, right? Like the cost of living and how far you are from certain things. And that's what I want to share with you guys. That's why I decided to make such a big deal out of the fact that Antonio and I are packing up and moving, because I wanted to show you guys how complicated it is, even in 4 years, to untangle yourself from one place and move yourself somewhere else. And thus, the vlog series that I announced to you guys. We are going to be doing, me and my social media person, Isabel, will be vlogging for you guys. So in the place of where Growing Gratitude used to be on Sundays, we will be releasing weekly pieces of my journey, the packing, the meetings, the arguing, the crying, the dirtiness, all of the things that go right, all of the things that go wrong, right? All of that stuff. That's what I'm going to be showing you guys. And I've already started to collect the footage as we've already started to look at RVs, right? And so that's where I'm at. And so I can't tell you what the title is because I'm going to do a surprise announcement next Tuesday. Not so surprise announcement. And if you know that reference, love to you. If you don't know that reference, that's fine too. But I'm going to be doing a not surprise announcement on Tuesday with what the title of the series was finally chosen to be, because I asked you guys for your input. And so I'm not going to tell you yet. But you will find out on Tuesday. That's what you have to look forward to. So twice a week, I'm going to be bringing you guys new content. I'm going to be sticking with the live stream. We're going to talk about big picture things, little picture things, stuff we talk about in the course, all the challenges we usually talk about right here on live stream that you'll probably be watching me from an RV not too far away. And then on top of that, I'm going to be vlogging the whole situation. I will just be creating the footage, and Isabel will do her darndest to give us a raw, authentic, but shortened version of what I'm going through, right? Because moving while autistic, especially as I'm not moving with my family. It's not like I'm with my family and they're moving and I'm just packing my room, right? This whole house is ours and I have animals that rely on me, and there's so much that can go wrong and yet so much that can go right, right? And so I know the universe has my back. I already know that because I made the decision and right away the universe conspired. And so I'm trying not to rush the process, and I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, and I'm trying to stay out of my own way, stay in my lane, do what I'm good at and love, and then delegate the rest. That is my aim. And so I want to take you on that journey with me. So starting on, I think it's going to be July, I think she told me the 3rd, July 3rd, we will release the first episode. But next Tuesday, you get to find out the name and get even more excited. But until then, right, I just want to let you know that I am out there going to get a camera and doing the little shopping things so that I can bring you a good vlog. And if you want to support us on our journey, like helping to pay for gas or helping me to buy the camera that I need, the Ko-Fi link is right down below, or it will also be on your screen somewhere because that's what Isabel said. And you can go ahead and donate to my Ko-Fi to help towards this journey so that I can bring you the footage about what it's like to do this, so we can let people into how to transition well. That's what I want to say, because this is a transition and it's a voluntary transition, which autistics don't make a lot of. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited. And so we're going to get to it. Next week, we will return to usual type live stream things. And then the vlog itself will start. So if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I highly recommend that you subscribe right now, so you get the notifications if you hit the little bell and you know when new things are coming out. And of course, keep an eye on my social media because I'll be putting additional content up there. In any case, you guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I hope that you get out there and seek joy, create joy, share joy, all the joys, because I know I will be doing my darndest to do that as well. I hope to see you guys out and about on the interwebs. But I will be back, of course, next week at this time, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. For now, I will be back here with the next Being Becca Live. Have a good one, you guys. Bye.